welcome back to the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 playthrough, and tell you what, let's beat Eggman this time the proper way. Friggin' grasshoppers!
Hopefully I won't mess it up this time.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll do better if I can get to him. Alright. That's the tricky part with fighting that Eggman boss is, of course, it's a pretty unique fight where Tails gets to actually fly Sonic. And you normally don't do that. Normally it's just Sonic on the ground. So in single player, you just control Tails by moving up, down, left, right with the control pad. But with two players, player number 2 actually flies just like you normally would.
And if you're just playing as Tails, this boss fight is much harder.
Yeah, the only way for Tails to hurt anybody while in the air is to run into them from below so that his tail propeller will hit them. That can be pretty tricky, especially when Eggman comes at different angles. And if Tails won't let Sonic go so he can make the hit. Like right there, you just hit him with your Tails, which was good. From this angle, Tails probably couldn't do a thing to him. He's going up way too fast.
The boss fight is doable, but it's just really hard to do.
Yeah, you basically have to hang near the bottom as Tails, whereas with Sonic, you can just stay near the top and just jump on him like that. This is one of my favorite boss fights in pretty much any Sonic game, because it's just so unique compared to the rest of them.
Yeah, the rest of them, they have their own little thing, but this one's much different than the rest.
And as usual, 8 hits, Eggman is done, complete the stage, and something we didn't mention yet is I like how this game has transitions from one stage to the next. Like, see right now it's getting dark out. We get to Carnival Night Zone, which is a night level, and Tails flies Sonic in, just as if, you finish that last fight. It's pretty cool because in Angel Island Zone, Knuckles hits the bridge destroying button, and then you fall down a waterfall, and you start the next level, Hydro City, coming down that waterfall. So it's pretty cool the way all these stages kind of look like they're playing out a story. However, how we go from a Mystic Ruins type area of ancient civilization to a great big neon light strobe friggin'
pinball machine.
Yeah. Where exactly is this on the floating island? And we kind of made the question, who built it? I believe you had a theory on that?
No, I think that Knuckles just put it there.
Doesn't seem like Knuckles' style, There's not enough rap music.
Yeah.
However, my theory is, for anyone that's ever seen Jurassic Park, I have a feeling that some industrialist came here and thought, this island looks like a good place for a theme park. I'm gonna build one here. And he did. And then Knuckles basically takes the role of the T-Rex and chases them all away.
And now it's Knuckles' house.
Yeah, Knuckles hangs out here. Meanwhile, we're heading off to get Chaos Emerald number, was it 5? Yeah, sure.
Let's just go with that.
This is where the stages start to get pretty complicated, because not only are there bumpers you have to jump over, you have to look very closely because some of these red spheres are just like a thin little wall. You have to jump over them as well. Like, not this one, but you'll see when I get to the end of this little area. Watch this. Get all those spheres, and right here, jump. So this is like sort of the underside of this particular world. Like every world here is a globe, and if you were able to run from one end to the other, you would come back where you started. So, when I jumped over that thin line of red spheres, I have to sort of remember to look for that on the way back. I'm gonna go check for it right now. Keep your eyes peeled, and there you go.
Oh.
See?
That almost got you.
For the longest time when I was a kid, that stage kept stumping me because I wouldn't know to jump back over the red. But, fortunately, I collected the white Chaos Emerald, which does give us 5, and there's only 2 more to go.
2 more left.
Back to Carnival Night Zone. And Tails Falls.
Yay.
I'll go with them, how's that? So, moving on here. This stage has a lot of neat little features where there's bumpers. It's basically like, I think they're trying to relive Casino Night Zone from Sonic 2. But there's no actual casino aspect to it. It's all like a carnival type stuff, which is kind of fitting given the name of the zone. Waiting for Tails, giving up, moving on. Oh, here we come to the cannons. These are fun. You don't get to play Tails.
Oh.
A lot of springs, a lot of cannons, lots of fun on this stage.
Yes, as I was saying before, do you use the control pad so that you can move around the canyon?
No, it just goes on its own. You gotta hit the button at the right time to launch yourself. It's just all of a time thing, basically.
Those platforms are really fun to do.
They're fun, but if you stand on them, they'll keep dropping down. So as you jump, they inflate and move upwards. You gotta keep jumping to go up higher. It's a nice speed shoes going in a stage where there's a lot of platforming and not very many straightaways. That's always awesome.
Yes, and doesn't this stage have crushing?
Yes, right here, as you can see, these weird tube type things are moving up and down, and you can get crushed, as you will see later, because there is quite a brutal crush that happens, and I still don't know how that happened.
And crushing is a one-hit kill in many video games.
A lot of these bad guys, like that blue clam guy, he can actually be used as a spring as well if you jump on him from the right angle.
And you're gonna skip on that bubble shield?
Yeah, I kind of like the fire, so it gives me a little bit more of a speed boost here. You can basically suit whatever shield you're using to the stage you're in. Like, well, I think pretty much everyone would use the water shield for Hydro City because every other shield would short out when you go in. But I guess it's your own personal choice which shield you prefer to go with.
True.
Meanwhile, let's see if we can get my lightning shield.
Because that's your favorite.
The downside to going into these bonus stages is if you have a shield when you do, you lose the shield the moment you go in, so you kind of have to grab one in order to have it when you leave.
Yeah, so if you already have an electric shield and you accidentally go in, then you're gonna have to pick it up again.
That's right. Nice little corkscrew thing going here. I don't think you can control the way you go in that. It's just random luck wherever you come out. And you can bounce off the balloons to get up higher, as you can see.
Do the balloons come back after a while?
I don't believe so. Maybe if you leave the area then come back later, it might.
And you got invincibility.
What's interesting with the invincibility is, since you technically don't have your shield on anymore, you can't use your double jump ability. So, like, I can't use the double jump for the lightning shield or the flame boost for the fire shield. However, even if you're invincible, you still have the magnetic power of the lightning shield as well. Drop out this side, wait for Tails, ready to move on.
Yes, all Tails is just get in the way of everything.
A little bit. He's useful sometimes, like that Eggman fight, and, well, that's it. Gotta love when they put random springs at the end of a platform section like that.
I know, then you have to do it again. And again.
Be very careful. I like how he's hanging on to these things, like just spinning back and forth. And I almost got spiked. Fly me, Tails. There we go.
There's a bubble shield.
Tails always being useful, and whoop!
Another one.
Giant ring. Going for Emerald number 6. Now this is one of the ones that can get pretty confusing. Every main section here, you'll see there's like a bunch of blue spheres in the center, but every way out from that section is a set of 2 more blue spheres, or 4 more blue spheres. Eventually you're going to lose track of where you've already been, unless you can somehow map it out as you go through. Like right now what I'm trying to do is stay to the left the most that I can, and as soon as I can't go left anymore, I'll start going either to the right or straight forward.
And you're gonna collect the 6th emerald?
That's the plan, unless something goes wrong and I accidentally hit a red sphere, but what are the chances of that?
I know, but if you were playing the original Sonic the Hedgehog, then this would be the last one.
Yes, and why is that exactly?
Because there's only 6 emeralds in that.
And what do the emeralds do in the original Sonic the Hedgehog?
Make flowers.
Yeah! Originally, the 6 Chaos Emeralds grew a bunch of flowers. It's a far cry from what they do now, isn't it, folks?
Yeah, and like in the original Sonic the Hedgehog, when you beat the game with all the 6 Chaos Emeralds, all it does is just make a couple flowers appear.
Yeah, and even Sonic looks kind of ticked off at that. He looks very confused, like, what, that's it?
Yeah, if you didn't collect them all, then all it does is just like show Eggman juggling them and says like try again or something like that.
I believe so. He does that in most games if you don't get all the emeralds. I think he does that with the time stones in Sonic CD as well. Oh, let's get my favorite shield. There's a lot of hidden giant rings in the stage where if you go into like through a secret wall, you have to either drop down or go up through the ceiling, and then you'll find another one. Meanwhile, we're coming to the mini-boss of Carnival Night Zone Act 1.
Oh, the mini-boss. He can't just jump up and attack it.
No, this guy, he has to hurt himself. And here's what happens. This little spinny drill thing comes out at you. If you hit the main body, when it's not electrified, because that'll hurt you, he opens up his core. And the spinny drill has to hit the core to damage him. I think he only takes 4 hits.
Makes sense.
Because he's a bit more of a complicated boss than the rest. And if you don't kill him in time, of course, it will destroy every platform underneath you, and then you'll die by falling in the pit.
Yes, and you can stay there for as long as you want until the 10-minute time limit.
Mm-hmm. But with the destruction of the mini-boss, we have completed Act 1, and we'll see you next time, folks.